If you go on to enjoy the video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It does really help me out a lot. And if you're into Funko Pops, I've just started a brand new channel dedicated to them. The link for that can be found in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Team of the Week predictions, with a fair few people having to do Weekend League now to get their icon swap tokens done because they've left it too long and now being forced to play it. This could be a Team of the Week that interests you. A couple of silvers, a couple of bronzes. Chris Martinez starting things off with 2 goals and a 5-3 win. Look at that pace, and that is one of the reasons why I've chosen him, because that is outrageous. Let's move on to Svanberg of Bologna with 2 goals in a 4-1 win over Spezia. I mean, as far as silver goes, he's not terrible, but he's not great, and I don't think many people would really care. I think I've mentioned him recently, actually, to get in form. Not sure. Long, couple of bronzes, actually. Sam Long of Oxford with 2 goals in a 3-2 win, but he's a right back, so it's a little bit more significant. I bet you EA don't go anywhere near this guy for no reason whatsoever. Well, other than the fact that he's a bronze. Just like our next guy, Turgot, no idea. Hat-trick in a 5-0 win over Orebro. Again, decent for a bronze. Not that there's a bronze objective we can use him in or anything, but still. Moving on to McLaren. This guy has to be there. Jamie McLaren has 5 goals in a 7-0 win over Melbourne Victory. What a derby. Fair play, 5 goals. You cannot argue with that. He has to be in form. There's just no two ways about it. Rui Diaz with 2 goals in a 4-0 win over Minnesota. The MLS back in full swing. EA love to give informs when the MLS comes around, so why not? Why not indeed? We'll actually start getting, well, theoretically at least, I don't know if we will actually, but we should start getting Player of the Months from the MLS. Seiss of Wolves up next. He didn't do anything significant in terms of like goal contributions or anything, but again, same as always, lacking defenders. Clean sheet in a 1-0 win over Sheffield United. This would be a second in form, and it's starting to come along a little bit now. Not bad. Moving on to Omlin, one of the only goalkeepers I could really see that was obvious. I'm not going to throw any in there just for the sake of it. This was an obvious one. He made 8 saves, and his team got a 1-1 draw against Lille. Yes, he conceded, but he made 8 saves. He played very, very well. I think he even got man of the match. Moving on to Trammell. Aging gracefully because he's still doing it at a high level. 2 assists in a 2-1 win over Stuttgart. A great result for them. Union Berlin as well. Not a great card, but just a really good player, and he just doesn't give up, and I think he deserves an inform for that. Willock. Now this is an interesting one because he got a goal in a 3-2 win over West Ham. He actually came on and scored the winner. He came on in the 80th minute and scored in the 82nd minute, and they beat West Ham United, a result that no one really saw coming. He only played 10 minutes though. Is that inform worthy? Not sure. Gonçalves up next. He does have special cards coming out of his ears, but this would be a striker, so it is slightly different. So I can kind of understand why EA would do it. 1 goal in a 1-0 win over Firenze. Is that how you say it? Either way, should be there. Moving on to Gunter. EA have shot themselves in the foot with this. So Gunter got 2 goals in a 4-0 win over Schalke. And of course, he's a left back, right? So why have they shot themselves in the foot? Well, they've given him an 85 rated foot birthday. So even though he's got the skill move and the upgrade in the weak foot, it's a little bit like, but now he's going to get this in form. He could even get a team of the season. Krokowiak, no idea how to say his name. 1 goal, 1 assist in a 4-1 win over Rostov. Again, it doesn't look like a terrible card. It's just one of those that I don't think will ever get used outside of fodder for an SBC because he's 83 rated. Moving on to Nsame. Now, this is a card that people may use. Nsame has got himself a hat-trick in a 3-0 win over Lugano, but that would be a 3rd in form, and that all of a sudden looks like an unreal card. Can't pass, who cares? He can shoot, he can run, he's got physical ability, and not too bad at the old dribbling. Paul Lerola. Now, he's moved from Fiorentina. I don't even think he's in the game as a moved or as a transferred card, but he does play for Marseille now. He got 2 goals from right back in a 3-2 win over Lorient. Of course, he could be a silver. because he is actually a silver within FIFA right now. But I've gone for a gold. Pereiro up next of Cagliari. He has popped up with 1 goal and 2 assists in a 4-3 win. He came on as a sub as well, just like Willock, but in the 64th minute and got 3 goal contributions, and they beat Parma 4-3. That has to be an informed performance. Moving on to Bensebaini, however you say his name. 1 goal, and he kept a clean sheet in a 4-0 win over Frankfurt. Frankfurt have been doing relatively well, so that is, I wouldn't say a shock result, but it's an emphatic result at that. And Bensebaini, he always gets an inform, so it's inevitable. Moving on to Leon Bailey with 2 goals and 1 assist in a 3-0 win over Cologne. I think, does he already have a card better than this? Maybe not. I think I'm getting confused with Diaby, because it was one of those two who was going to get. I think Diaby got the road to the final card, but they play in the same position for the same team. Berardi with 2 goals in a 3-1 win over Fiorentina. He always used to get really good cards. This year he struggled to get there. Now this looks decent, but just a little bit off the pace, so he needs 1 more card quickly to get him up there. Speaking of 1 more card, this is notoriously the cheap Lionel Messi. Has been in so many different FIFAs. 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 5-0 win over Eibar. He is going to need 1 or 2 more cards to be super nice, but that's not a bad card. Decent pace, good dribbling. I like it. Moving on to De Paul, a player that should actually move on, in my opinion. He's far too good for Udinese. Not that I'm belittling Udinese, but he is that good. 2 goals in a 2-1 win over Catrone, no idea. Either way, he's on course for a great team of the season. Greenwood, 1 goal, 1 assist in a 3-1 win over Burnley. Of course, that game not too long in the memory now. It ended around 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. No, it was about 6. What time did it finish? 6 o'clock. What's wrong with me? Anyway, Greenwood in form, 84 rated. Is it too soon after the man of the match? I'm not quite sure. Haaland with 2 goals in a 4-1 win over Werder Bremen. He does have a headliner. I'm pretty sure this is what the headline would look like. They've hit their streak, right? I'm all over the place with this, but I mean, headline has been out for ages, so surely Dortmund have hit their streak. Either way, a 90 rated Haaland. Moving on to Mbappe. I don't think this is going to happen, right? Because I think it's too close to team of the season. Would be a striker, but I think it's too close to team of the season for EA to do this. He got 2 goals and a 3-2 win. Normally that would probably be enough, but like I said, I just think we're a little bit too close to team of the season. And from the game that is currently underway between Lyon and Nantes, it is 2-0 to the away side, Lyon, and Depay has both goals. He's currently playing, I think, left wing. He could be playing cam or centre forward, but it looks like he's playing left wing from what I can tell. So if they go on to win the game, I would imagine Depay would get himself an inform for that performance. It is currently 1-1 between Napoli and Inter, which means I don't think there'll be an inform. Torino beat Roma 3-1, but I can't really see anyone from that game. Real Madrid are currently 0-0 with Getafe, so again, I don't really, unless something out of the blue happens, I don't see any inform from there, unless there's a goalkeeper that saves a penalty or something. And of course, Villarreal are currently beating Levante, but again, one of them was an own goal. Moreno got the other one, so I don't really see too much going on there. And of course, the only other game in Germany today was Mainz against Hertha Berlin, but that was postponed for whatever reason. I don't actually know the ins and outs of it, but yeah, there we go. And talking about other games, there is likely to be an inform from the Ghent game earlier today, where they won 7-2, but for the life of me, I cannot decide who deserves it. Yaremchuk was the player who got the highest match rating. He probably got man of the match there as well. I think he got 2 goals, 1 assist. But there are a few other players, I should say. Afo, for example, who has gone on to do quite well himself. So, again, not really sure, but there probably will be an inform from that game. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another Team of the Week predictions. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Is Mbappe going to get it? Is he not? What rating would Haaland be? Is it going to be 90 or is it going to be 91? If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.